What's up, Pulso268 here, and today I'm going to be showing you on my edition of Make It From Trash on how to be broke, how to do some gardening with stuff like paint buckets and broke down cars. Also, it helps if you have a few, old Pepsi crates and things. So let's get into it. Now, I suppose the first thing I'll talk about is what we're going to be planting mostly today. Well, what I'm going to be talking about planting. It's pretty cold. It'd be pointless to actually plant them from fresh right now. It's fall. But I'm going to be discussing mostly tomato plants. And I suppose if you're watching this later and you're like, well, I don't have a tomato plant already, we'll discuss how to start from a seed. You can buy a pack of seeds from the store, or you could just do it the easy and free way. Say that you've already ordered a burger and you're about to eat a burger or something, McDonald's, whatever. Just take the tomato slice off the burger. All you need to do is have a tomato. You can get one from the grocery store, whatever. Cut it into slices. Get a pot and put the dirt in the pot up till, 3/4 the way. Then just lay down the slices of tomato on top of the dirt. Then just bury it, maybe in an inch more dirt. All of the little seeds inside of the tomato plants will then begin to grow. Just pretend like you planted seeds. It's that easy. It's like I was saying. You just ordered a burger. Just take the tomato off, take it home, and bury it. Now, if you want to know a good place to get dirt for free, the woods. That's where I get all my dirt. I just go out just find a wooded area, take a shovel, and, about this much of the top of the dirt, all topsoil, hence it's on the top soil. I think I've discussed the next part. I already discussed how to get buckets. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and go to using the bucket now. Alright, let's talk about what you're putting your plants in. Tools you're going to need is, you're going to need a drill. This is baby drill. Not expensive, but good for doing little side home stuff like this. If you don't have a drill, find another way to make holes. Suggested you should have also a shovel, but if you don't have a shovel, your hands can do. Just, it's going to take you longer. First thing, you can find an old used paint bucket and clean it out. You don't want to clean it out, then I guess you could buy a paint bucket from like Home Depot or whatever. But if you want to buy them, I suggest you go to Firehouse Subs. They'll have pickle barrels. Have a nice pickle smell to them, but they're only $2 there. Used pickle barrels. Just flip it upside down after you've cleaned it out. And you're going to want to drill a bunch of holes in the bottom. I'll go ahead and skip to this being done. And voila! Bunch of holes in the bottom. So next thing you're gonna want to do is line the bottom with like a with rocks, gravel, whatever you can find. Just make a good thin layer over the holes to try to prevent any of the dirt from clogging up the holes. After you lined the bottom with gravel, then you're gonna want to work on putting your plant in there. Now what I'm doing are tomatoes. So what I would do, fill it halfway with dirt. Then I would take the tomato plant, which I had been growing up to a decent size before I wanted to put it in this big one. So put your plant in there. Then bury the plant the rest of the way up to the brim of here. That way you have a good portion of the tomato plant under the ground for support. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you my tomato plants in the paint buckets. Alright, now don't judge by the health of the plants. I think they're doing pretty good for it being fall and such and so cold. It's already well past the point of them, they should already be dead basically. So the fact they're still alive is good. So I've got 4 paint buckets here, as you see. Got the tomato plants in them. And underneath these, because I've got it on my porch, I don't want it to rot the wood or anything, I've got some Pepsi crates flipped upside down, and those are sitting on top of it. This little greenhouse looking thing here, I picked it up for like 20 bucks at an outlet store. You don't have to do that if you're not growing through the winter. I was just trying to find some way to keep my plants alive, which I found a better method. I'll show you here in a second of how to use a old car, which I'm gonna give that a try this winter. I just only had the idea today as I was getting ready to make this video. But yep, I just used the shelves to actually be the support for the tomato plants as they go up. These other pots here, these are just pots I got off of you know, like Craigslist and things that people were just giving away. Up here I got my jalapenos. I've got a baby tomato plant right there. Those were onions, but some grass is growing in there too. That's just a pot. But yeah, these buckets, they make great, you know, as you see the Firehouse Sub ones, if you want to buy them, $2. This saves you a lot of money. And I guess I'll go ahead, if it is coming to the winter and you are about to lose your plants, one method I'm trying right now is cloning the plant, which you can do easily, like with tomatoes for instance. I can take a branch and cut it off and then put it into a glass of water. As you can see, just a random tomato branch that I'm going to try to keep alive through the winter. I put it in here with some water and it's already growing roots. So soon I'll be sticking that into a pot and hopefully that'll stay alive through the winter. And at the end of, you know, when it becomes warm again, I'll do the same process, clone some more tomato plants off of this one and start my garden all over next year. Need ideas for how to make a cheap greenhouse? Well, if you happen to have an old car that's broke down and not running, plants can seem to grow inside of the car pretty well. Now this here was a complete accident. I apparently, in the door over there, accidentally shut a, looks like a vine of some sort in the door. And if you notice, window here is smashed out, so I guess moisture's still kind of getting in. I've been trying to keep the moisture out, but it's also got roots outside, so I think it's also getting nutrients from the soil still. And if you notice, it just keeps expanding through the car. So, idea, plant something right outside of a car that isn't going to be going anywhere and shut the plant in the door. Seems to be effective, because this has been here through, this is going to be the second winter now. I'm surprised it hasn't got much bigger than that, but yeah, pretty interesting. Alright, so in review, you can take tomato slices, put them in a pot. You can get pots off Craigslist, or you can basically use anything. I've actually also used just little plastic containers, drilled some holes in the bottom of those and use them as smaller pots. You can get dirt out of the woods, but just bury some tomato slices, water them every day. They'll start growing when they get bigger. Move them over to paint buckets. And let's see, you can get the paint buckets, either, you know, used ones people are throwing out. Buy them from Firehouse Subs for $2, your choice. Just make sure they're clean, you know, not full of paint when you put a plant in it. Then, and this part is in theory, I've only seen it done with the vine. I'm going to be trying it with my tomato plants this year. But put the plants next to a old car. Open the door, put the plant inside, shut the door on it. As long as the soil and the roots and everything are still in dirt, and you're watering it every day, theoretically it seems to keep it alive inside of the vehicle. But I could be wrong. I'll probably make an update video discussing how well that actually worked out at the end of the winter. Hopefully. Well, this has been Postal268 on how to be broke. Thank you for watching. As you know, I'm a new channel, so hit the subscribe button, hit the bells, like, dislike, leave me a comment. I love feedback. I love to hear from you guys as to, you know, what you liked about the video, if you felt I could do more, anything and everything. And hey, if you got ideas for things that you want me to talk about, submit that too. I love to get any and all feedback I can from my people. And if you've noticed, the video quality should be a lot better than my regular videos. I got a new phone. It's still a 2015 phone, but it is amazing compared to what I've been using. It's a Galaxy S6. So hopefully I'll be making a video eventually talking about, you know, ways to get things cheap and trade and haggle and all that. So stay tuned for more videos, and hopefully I'll see you guys next Sunday. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.